Letter from Chauncey Stillman to his family members, May 11th, 1971. As read by Stillman. Dearest family, Mr. Warren has for some time urged that I get down on paper my desires and reflections for the future disposition of Wethersfield. So I dictate my random thoughts in this informal letter to you, my children, of which Mr. Warren will receive a copy for the record. There is nothing that I shall dictate today except the expression of my basic desire to see the place remain as open space and as rural in character as possible, that is not open to revision or emendation by yourselves. My first desire for Wethersfield is that the whole place remain an unbuilt-over sanctuary or refuge for the animals and birds indigenous to the region. Offhand, one thinks of deer, fox, cottontail, possum, raccoon, mink, and woodchucks. Also all the permanent and migratory bird life, particularly hawks and owls. My second desire and hope is that, if possible, the house with its art collection, the formal gardens, the wilderness containing groves and statuary, also the stables carriage collection, be maintained and on view to the public under some arrangement that would preserve the objects intact without interfering with the wildlife. Realizing that all taxes rise as open space dwindles under the metropolitan sprawl, I recognize the necessity for some adjustment of taxes by adequate endowment for taxes and upkeep. No sanctuary or cultural institution can thrive in the long run unless it wins the approval of its neighbors and the local community as a whole. One must, however, expect local opposition at the beginning, but so much of natural unspoiled space has been destroyed in my lifetime. My guess is that the generations to come will be grateful for every unpaved square foot that remains to them. My thoughts above do not rule out agriculture, that is, genuine farming on a human scale. In fact, if I had my way, the countryside would remain in a balance of farm and woodland. But by all indications, the future of agriculture in a place so near the city is not at all encouraging. Under my present will, the acreage will go to the Homeland Foundation for inheritance tax purposes. My hope is that Wethersfield will be run by a board of trustees and that one of my lineal descendants will always be on the board and take an active interest. Of the existing institutions, one that may play an effective role is the Nature Conservancy. Perhaps some existing organizations such as the National Trust would help perpetuate the house and grounds if sufficient endowment were available. One recognizes the necessity that might arise to reduce certain species humanely if the ecology became unbalanced. This could be done under the expert advice by disinterested experts such as the New York Zoological could furnish. Scientific forestry, and even in some small way, an arboretum, are other uses that would be harmonious with wildlife. It is difficult, I find, to formulate definite ideas about the place after Mr. Boyd and I are no longer in control. However, perhaps that is just as well, because it is impossible to mastermind the future. Love from your devoted father and father-in-law, Chauncey Stillman.